the soul, and help us reconstruct our lives. So what is the word for man in Arabic? One of the words. Rajul. Okay, that's the one I was looking for. Rajul. What does rajul mean? What is rijl? What is rijl? Leg. Leg. Right? So if you go down into the thank you. If you go down into the depths of the meaning, Allah establishes in the Quran the definition for man, right? And repositions man, that man has to be strong, right? Not just physical strength. He has to have the capacity to carry a load, carry his family load, provide for his family, have a vision for his family. And he also has to have interest in his community. He said, hey, I would hate for anybody else but me and the other men in my community to provide for our community. Right? This is the attitude that man has to have, right? We don't want anybody else taking care of our community. This is our responsibility. Right? So the Quran comes and reconstructs us. That's why in the Quran, in Surah Ar-Rahman, it says, Ar-Rahman allama al-Quran khalaqa al-insan. So it says, Ar-Rahman, the merciful, the one that we receive mercy. Through his benefits, we receive mercy from. Right? It says he taught the Quran, and then he created the human being. It seems backwards, doesn't it? I know you've heard this before. You all are the Mali students. Seems backwards. Right? How can you teach the book before the man exists? But you heard what Imam Muhammad said. He said, without language, you're just a piece of meat. So the man that God wants does not exist until he's taught the principles of the Quran. Now, I've had a man standing in the way of me reading. Not me, but my ancestors. Right? I've had a man standing in the way of me reading, threatening to cut off my fingers, threatening to whip me, threatening to abuse my family. He was standing in the way of me and knowledge for generations. So when I became an adolescent and became aware of what had gone wrong, it was the plan of God, though, right? But when I became aware of it, I said, there's no man standing in the way now. It's only me and my habits. Right? So between me and the Quran as Allah revealed it, it's just me disciplining myself, sacrificing, struggling to learn the language. That's the only thing that's standing in the way now. The shackles are off of the physical body, but maybe not off the mind, right? So now Quranic Arabic is the most suitable for us to receive God's communication. So let's look at some of the concepts, okay? Now, again, I know we got some heavyweights in here. So this is kind of light, all right, for the heavyweights. But I'm gonna just do a general brush of some of the concepts, okay? So if you have any questions, if you need to interrupt me, please do. So if you don't have a handout, I have it up here. So just some comparison. In English, we have 8 parts of a speech, right? General. There's different schools. There's different methodologies. But we have a noun, a verb, adverb, conjunction, pronoun, adjective, preposition, interjection. Okay. In Arabic, we have 3 parts of speech, and each part contains members from the parts of speech that we have in English. So we had an ism. What is ism? Noun. Okay. So under the noun category, we have pronoun, adjective, adverb, interjection. Okay. Just a simple comparison. Then we have the fi'l. What is a fi'l? Verb. Okay. We have the verb. All right. So then, as you know, if you're a student of Arabic, we have the verb is a very complex and sophisticated topic in Arabic, right? Then we have the harf. What is harf? Particle, right? So we have harf jar, harf ataf, right? We have the preposition, and we have the conjunction. And there's more particles, but just to give a simple comparison between English and Arabic. So then here we have the Arabic alphabet. Now I didn't write the names under them because if you haven't started your study, I wanted to entice you to be curious, right? To maybe do a search and or join the class. But here we have the alphabets. Here there are 29 here, including Hamza. Some don't include Hamza. So if you don't include Hamza, it'll be 28. So this is the Arabic alphabet. If you haven't seen Arabic before written, or if you haven't had any experience with it, in English we write from left to right, right? In Arabic we write from right to left. Now, there's 3 basic vowel signs. We have, what is this one called? Fatha. Fatha makes the what sound? A sound, right? All right, so this is the letter ba, so this would be pronounced as ba, right? Correct? Okay. And then this one, what is this called? Kasra. Kasra. And this is the letter ba, so what would this be? B. Okay. And then the third is dhamma, right? Dhamma. And dhamma is the oo sound, so how would we pronounce it? Boo. Okay. All right, so just a word of reflection. Before the Quran was revealed, you have to know that there was no vowel signs written. Or when the Quran was revealed and first written down, there was no vowel signs. Okay, so this is actually special, because the scholars of grammar, they recorded the sounds with signs. They identified symbols to assign to the sounds, right? So as one develops or as one grows in his understanding, you may become curious as why did the scholars choose this diagonal line, right? Then you start to get into philosophy of the grammar, okay? All right, so then, and also they didn't have dots either, right? Because they knew the language, right? So the dots and the harakat, or the vowels, they come so that we can preserve the accuracy of reading. Okay. All right. So then we have this. Now we're getting into words, right? So with words, we have either definite or indefinite, right? So here we have kitabun, and what makes this indefinite? Tanween, right? So we have 2 dhammas, tanween. Kitabun, that would identify it as being indefinite. And then we have al-kitabu. What makes this definite? The alif lam, right? The definite article. So kitabun is tanween. A book, kitabun is a book, just any book, right? This is not definite. It's not a definite book that we're speaking of. And al-kitabu, the book, okay? Speaking of a definite book, okay? All right, so everything that you see in the language, when you pick up the Quran, the vowel markings, sometimes you see little letters to the right, to the left-hand corner at the end of the ayah. Everything that you see are signs that are directing your mind, telling you how to read, how to pronounce, okay? Or telling you how you should comprehend what you're reading. Now, the vowels are very, very important, because the vowels will tell you, when they're attached to a noun, the vowels will tell you what the noun's function is in a sentence. Okay, so here we have 3 sentences, and we have the word Muhammad in each one. So I say Muhammadun Rasulullah. What's the translation? Muhammad is the messenger of God, right? This is Mali, right? It's the Mali students. All right. And then we have Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Okay. What's the translation? I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. Okay? And then we have Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin. What's the translation? Oh Allah, send prayers upon Muhammad. So we have Muhammad in each one of these sentences, but his ending is different. Here is Muhammadun. Here is Muhammadan. And here is Muhammadin. So there's something happening to the word Muhammad in each one of these sentences. So we learn when it comes to comprehension and comprehending what is happening in the sentences, one of the key ingredients is learning what it means for Muhammad here to have Dhammatain, what it means for him to have Fathatain, what it means for him to have Kasratain. Imam Qasim Ahmed, he developed a wonderful system of memorizing the cases. This is called cases. Okay. Oh my handout got messed up. Okay, so I'm going off of memory. My handout got corrupted. But on the you should see sentences, right? Just gotta go to the board. Okay, so just this is just a brief, broad brush again. So we have sentences in Arabic. One of the sentences that we have that's very important and foundational is called the nominal sentence, right? In Arabic, it's jumlatun ismiyatun. Okay, so the nominal sentence is called the nominal sentence. Why? What makes it the nominal sentence? It begins with the noun, right? Or you see the dhamma. I heard that, right? So we have the sentence here. We have Muhammadun Nabiyyun. What's the translation? Good. Alhamdulillah. Muhammad is a prophet. Muhammadun Nabiyyun. So generally, the nominal sentence, it has two ingredients. The subject. What is the subject in Arabic called? Mubtada, right? And then the predicate. What is the predicate called? Khabar. Okay. So we have the mubtada and the khabar, the subject and the predicate. So here you only see two words in Arabic. But the translation would be Muhammad is a prophet. In English, we don't have the helper verb, is. I mean, in Arabic, we don't have the helper verb that we have in English, is. Okay? So it's understood. Muhammad is a prophet. And I'm not going to get into, the rules of what makes the mubtada and the khabar or the different types of khabar. Okay? Because this is just a broad brush. But this is a simple sentence. Muhammad is a prophet. And we know that we'll know how to translate this based upon our vowels, okay, in the beginning. After a while, you may be able to remove them somewhat. You'll still see them here and there in some of the classical writings. Even in some of the classical writings, they'll write the Quran without harakat. But still, even scholars make mistakes. Even people that have been reading for years make mistakes. So Muhammad Nabiyyun. Muhammad is a prophet. This is the nominal sentence. Now, the verbal sentence. What makes it a verbal sentence? It begins with a verb. Okay. All right, so a simple verbal sentence is ضرب الله مثلا, and then abdan mamlukin. There's many verses that start off this way. But the verbal sentence normally will start with a verb. The verb in Arabic is called what? Fi'l, right? And then there'll be a doer, and the doer is called fa'il, right? And then the object, if it has an object. Maf'ulun bihi. The students are in the house. All right, object. Okay. Daraballahu mathalan. Okay. So the verb. So now, again, these signs will let us know that this is the verb. It means to strike, okay, or to bring about. So we know that Allah is the doer because of the what? Dhamma. And we know that the mathalan is the object because of what? Fethatain, right? So